Welcome to another video from Gweilo 60. Today this is a strange day, and you don't see this very often in a place like Canada. The Soldiers of Oden and Action Against Discontent City, two groups here in Nanaimo, are holding I guess a protest against Discontent City. Discontent City is a homeless city in Nanaimo that's popped up this summer. And actually it's right across the street from me. I'm going to be walking over here. Not only are there ambulances, but in the background there's RCMP. Over in this parking garage behind me, there's RCMP vans and cars. They're waiting for something to happen. Who are the Soldiers of Oden? Well, they're a anti-immigrant. It started as an anti-immigrant group in 2015 in Finland, and they've got ties to neo-Nazi, racist, white power, all of this stuff. What's that? A public place, guy? Sorry. What do you guys think's gonna happen here today?
To be honest,
I don't know.
Interested. Some are saying that it's going to get violent. A little bit. I'm hoping not.
Do you think it's going to get violent?
I don't think it will. I don't think it'll get to that point.
No.
Like you said, you see all the police here and
Tent
everything.
City will never cease to amaze you, man. This place.
Look how big it's come.
We've had a lot of talks, right?
I got a couple of questions. I know some homeless people in Nanaimo. I live here, eh? Not in this area. Some of the homeless people are saying that there's instigators coming in from the mainland. Is that true or not?
I wouldn't say it's instigators from the mainland. When something like this goes, gets on the news and becomes like more than just a citywide thing, you tend to have people that are traveling and they think it'd be a good spot to stop for a while, and like sometimes those people are rowdy. They don't click well with others, and that's
a lot of the times.
That's kind of how they come off. But mainly, and I've lived here for about 15 years, like a majority of all the people here are all from here, or they've lived here for years.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay,
and,
so
it's a pretty tight-knit community, you know. Like,
yeah. So it's more rumors and shit being flung than anything else.
Yeah. Honestly, all this stuff that was being said in court and like saying that most of the people here are from out of town, like that's people just throwing any little wisp and whim they can to try and shut this down, man. But like these people are actually might seem like a bit of a junk shit show, but like, you know, there are a lot of people here that are devoted to sticking through to this to see it to the end, because there is a huge problem with homelessness here, and I personally have witnessed it for years. I've been on the street on and off for the last 10 years.
Okay.
And in this town, and I've seen people go through things they shouldn't have had to go through just because there's not enough resources, and where there are resources they don't do what you need them to do. Like you know, they're talking about putting up a day center for homeless people. Well, then what? Nighttime comes along, then what? You're still fucking homeless.
Well, you see, I know, as I say, I know a couple of homeless people, and they say, yeah, there's places that they can go and sleep at night, but during the day, there's nothing there for them.
And they just wander around in circles.
Just wander around in circles, yeah.
Which I mean is, for some that's their own fault, for some it's not, right?
Yeah.
You know, some don't have the opportunity to go get a job. Some don't. You know, like I personally, I have lung cancer, right?
Oh, sorry to hear that.
8 years old. I can do little bits of work here and there, but I can't do much, right? I'm a steel framer drywall, everybody's great. I have some welding experience. You can't do either one now because one creates too much dust, one creates gases, it'll collapse my lungs. Yeah. Right? I don't want to be here, but
they say on the news that they're going to keep these guys out. If they want to try to get into Tent City, you guys are going to try to keep them out.
They are gonna stay out.
Okay.
I'll tell you right now, they'll stay out.
Do you think they'll try to get in?
If they can try all they want.
Do whatever they want.
How many people do you expect these guys to bring?
They're supposed to, I've heard that 1,000 people came in on the boats last night.
Are you serious?
And there's already 2,000 on the island here. So anywhere between 2,000 and 2,700 people. Apparently this entire road is going to be shut down.
Well,
and but you know, I'd welcome any 2,700 people to come and try and start shit with 230 fucking hometowners.
Well, you see, that was my next question. How many you figure are here? About 230?
Well, about a month and a half ago we were at 200. Yeah, about a month ago we were at 200. So there's probably closer to 260 people there.
Okay.
Yeah, we're at well over 240 tents.
You know, and just like how there's supposed to be people coming on the outside to help get us out here, I'm assuming with everybody hearing what's going on, there's going to be some people that show up and help us.
Okay.
And there's going to be, come and help our side, talk for us, because, it's like...
We have advocates doing donations and doing what they can. We have everyday donators that are bringing in toilet paper, and we're getting... the city just approved us to have 6 showers put in, so we're going to get some sort of trailers.
Yeah, that will be nice, eh?
Yeah. Everyone has the right to running water, right? So we got the running water, and it's just the courts are giving us slowly, progressively giving us more and more. I guess honestly, I think it's just to shut us up, because they know that in the eye of the public, this is making them look really bad, because there's absolutely nothing for they had a group of people go out and try and do their absolute best to get a number for how many homeless people there were in Nanaimo. They came back after 2 months of looking and said there's 86 homeless people.
Well,
86 homeless people.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Talking to a couple of guys here at Discontent City, they've got their concerns too. And they say this is going to take off at about 1 o'clock this afternoon. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here, because I've never come across anything like this. Talk about content just falling on my doorstep. You've got a white supremacist group with Actions Against Discontent City marching on Discontent City at 1 o'clock this afternoon. You've got a big police presence here. It's going to be interesting to see what actually happens. And they say that they're not going to allow these people to enter Discontent City. You've got the main gate up there, and they have a number of people up there that say they're going to keep them out. You've got ambulances, you got police. It's welcome to Nanaimo, and not everywhere is. It's not a paradise for everybody, man. I'm telling you that right now. It's going to be really, really interesting to see what happens here. I'm going to stick it out and, like a lot of these other people, and just see where this all goes. See, and you've got people videotaping the main gate here, whether they are from the news, could be law enforcement, or on behalf of law enforcement, could be just a YouTuber like me, wondering what's going to go on. Actually, you've got a couple of different people. I wonder why they're on the other side of the street, whether maybe they're afraid to walk on the side of the street. Don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. But you see, all of these people in front of the gate are there to protect, I guess, what they call their home at this point. And yeah, RCMP everywhere. I've never seen anything like this before in Canada. This is going to be sort of interesting to see the final outcome of this. Wei Feng's at work today. She decided she's serving dim sum this morning at the Shanghai City restaurant. I wouldn't bring her down to something like this anyway, because, things could get dangerous. For me, it's like retired repo guy, eh? Fuck. Interesting. So this is the main gate of Discontent City. This is the people in their signs I guess you make up your own mind on it. I'm not here to make up a mind on anybody. You've got people that live here, people that are advocates for the Discontent City. You've got, I guess, donors. You've got people that are interested that come here to take pictures. You've got lots of stuff going on here, and in another 15-20 minutes you're going to get the other group that's going to be here, and we're going to have to see what happens at that point. You know, this has been going on for a while, and I've talked to a number of the people here, and they don't believe that there's going to be any violence, a lot of yelling and screaming and stuff like that, but you never know. It's one of those things. I'm going to be on site here all afternoon to see what goes on, and we'll find out what happens. So we're getting closer to this 1 o'clock deadline, and you can tell like there's police up on the tops of the buildings around the area too. So you know, there's a large police presence. You can tell behind me there's a fairly large police presence. I think they might be worried that there is going to be some violence at this this protest. We're gonna have to wait and see. I guess I'm in the middle of things now. I'm actually having fun doing this. You know, there's people from the community, there's people from the Discontent City, there's probably people that came in from the mainland just to watch and see what's going on here. I'm pretty sure that the Soldiers of Oden, not all of them are not all of them are from Nanaimo area. I'm pretty sure that a lot of them have come from the lower mainland or areas around the lower mainland. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens. I'll be here. So there's one thing that I've noticed, that you get a white supremacist group coming into a place like this. Now you've got the rest of, or not the rest of the community, but a large part of the community coming out to support Discontent City because of that, I don't know, stigma of a white supremacist group marching against something. As I've been told, you know, it's there's white homeless people and there's native homeless people, there's black homeless people and Asian homeless people in Discontent City, and look across the street here, and you know, the people that are here to support that don't live in Discontent City, they're here to support it because of the stigma of the white supremacist group that's coming here to protest against it. Go figure, eh?
I know about broken systems. Last November, I put a missing persons in for my son. The police called me 4 hours later here from Toronto to let me know my son died last May. 9 months. Hi, I'm next of kin.
What I do know is it is sure drawing a crowd. You know, you've got people from, well, here, why don't I? Yeah, a whack of people here to see what's going to happen. Could be interesting. Well, the Soldiers of Oden were supposed to be here just about 20 minutes ago. I'm thinking maybe they lost their cojones and they're not going to show up. Maybe their numbers dwindled. I don't know. What do you think?
Dwindled.
They dwindled.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so maybe they're not going to show up because they're afraid.
I believe so. I believe that the numbers are so large here and unexpected. I mean, to get a protest like this, with this sort of character, where people are on the line ready to get in a fight over something, this is huge. People feel strong about this than even do Trans Mountain. Like Trans Mountain wasn't as big.
Well, exactly.
You know, the recent one I'm talking about, though, was small, but it all depends on how it was organized. But this got the front news of the paper, so yeah, I think it speaks of like And the way the paper, did you read the paper, how it was presented? It was
yes.
very one-sided. It was just like, some people say they're racist, but they say they're not.
Yeah.
It's like, you're gonna stop there, you're gonna take their word for it?
Think it was a white guy that wrote it?
Question is, was he a soldier of Oden?
No, not all us white guys are bad.
No.
My Chinese wife will attest to that.
Yeah, and I'm semi-white anyway. I'm Brazilian Canadian, so.
Brazilian
whatever that
Canadian.
means.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm feeling good about this protest, and I'm feeling good about Discontent City.
Think they'll show up?
It doesn't matter if they show up. We already won. But if they try and show up, they're just going to be
here at
laughed
1
off.
o'clock. Like,
They're going to be laughed
how
off.
dare them keep us waiting?
This is like, they might be off somewhere also hiding. So maybe people should be looking around to see people who, what sort of clothes do they wear? What sort of
I don't know.
insignia do they have?
I'm expecting what you see on TV.
Yeah, but they're not real neo-Nazis. Not too many that are organized around here. In Montreal, you'd see them. There's La Meute. I was in Montreal for the past 10 years.
Oh yeah.
And La Meute is they're sort of like neo-nationalists. You know, they want out. But they don't want Muslims. They don't want refugees.
They don't want anybody.
Yeah.
See, I think you're looking at the corner over there. Might be a support group.
Where?
Over in this area.
Well, I asked some of the people there, and they weren't.
Okay, well,
Or
this
they
is what
said
I
they
heard
weren't.
from a guy over here, but there's confusion, eh? There's confusion because nobody's showing up. But I'm talking about these people who are supposed to be protesting Discontent City. Do you think they care about these people?
No,
Or they
don't.
only care about their own mandate?
They care about their own mandate.
Yeah, right now they do, but we can show them and we can talk with them, and you know, we have to learn to
They
care
can
about
be
everybody.
converted. They can be converted. That's the idea.
There you go. So as time goes on, the crowd here is swelling bigger and bigger and bigger. It's sort of nice to see that the people are out here actually here to support Discontent City rather than protest against it. Is it because of the group on the other side is such a stigma on the society of a place like Canada, or is it because they actually back what these people are doing here at Discontent City? It's one of those questions that we may never know the answer to, but it is. Look at the size of this crowd now. I don't think there's anybody going in there if they're not supposed to be there, or they don't want them in there, which I guess is okay. This is another day in the life and times of Gweilo 60. Welcome to my world, guys. Okay, now it's taking on a little different step. We haven't seen the Soldiers of Oden show up yet, but what we do have is the First Nations, I guess, music. Different, eh? Welcome to the world in Nanaimo, Canada.
If you know the song, please sing it with us.
Because these people are not here to learn, they're not here to have an education day, and it's not our responsibility to teach them anything.
stand together. Well, firstly for me, first and foremost, we're here to protect this camp. Yeah! Woo! Love this camp. These people are people. They're human beings. And they deserve to be somewhere. Just like we all deserve to be somewhere. And they are someone's family, and they deserve to be loved, and they deserve to have somewhere to be. And they deserve to be safe. So if they're safe together in camp, then they're going to be safe together in the camp. And we're going to protect this camp, and that's what we're here to do. We're here to stand up against the government who's made it so that these people have to live in a fucking camp.
So you can start seeing now that protest on this side is saying what they want, and then you got a couple people on the other side just spouting hate, I guess.
And let's just say love.
You know,
love. Let's protect this camp.
Amber didn't say it, but as a spokesperson in camp, we've spoken in media in the Action Against she's come under attack because what it is homeless people also hate women. And they also hate women.
I guess there's lines are being drawn now from one side of the street to the other.
And so they try to terrorize women to push them back into the kitchen.
All of this in Canada. You know, you wouldn't expect this in a place like Nanaimo, British Columbia, Canada. But I guess there's hate racism everywhere in the world.
And they hate that Amber.
So I think we've got bigger police presence here. I think the Soldiers of Oden are on their way.
White supremacy's got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Supremacy's got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. White supremacy's got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho.
Still haven't seen them, but as soon as they show up, I will let you see them. The Oden are coming down the street now, so I'm going to go meet them because that's just the way I am. And there's not a lot of them, so they're outnumbered for sure. There we go. So this is what this whole hoopla was about. Was a group that's a group that is here to demonstrate against Discontent City. Doesn't seem like a lot. Maybe they left some of their friends at home. Being a Canadian, stuff like this does sort of frost my ass, you know. It's and why would they come and do this? They're looking for advertising for their webpage. They're looking for recognition. They're looking for new members because there's not a lot of them. I don't get it. Why don't I go and ask them why? Enough is enough. City Council, take action now. Drugs taking over the city. No home, no welfare.
Ho ho! That city has got to go! Hey, hey, hey! Ho ho! That city has got to go!
So this is what Soldiers of Oden protests look like in downtown Nanaimo.
That city has got to go!
Cool, eh? You guys are going to be on the news tonight. Are you guys from Vancouver Island here? Right in Nanaimo? Each and everybody? Everybody?
No, some of them are from the mainland.
Crime can't stay! Crime can't stay!
Why are you protesting?
Look at this. I can't talk to you right now.
Okay. You know, does it cost something in social awareness? I guess so. Welcome to the Twilight Zone. This is not what you usually see in a place like Nanaimo. This is different. This is way off center. But you know what? I guess each side has their own vision of what Canada should be. It's not violent. Hasn't been violent yet. And with the RCMP presence, I doubt if it will get violent. Just yelling and screaming. Sitting in the middle with the Soldiers of Oden on one side and the RCMP keeping the peace, and got Discontent City on the other side. I'm sure that Wei Fong will not be happy when she sees what I've been up to today. Oh yes, she'll see the video. And this is what a non-violent protest looks like in Canada. One thing I have noticed though is the people that were standing on the one side of the road, once the Soldiers of Oden got here, stepped forward and became part of the protest. Before that, there wasn't much being said from the other side of Discontent City. So it took, I guess, some of these big boys to show up with their colors on to embolden the rest of the population. As you can see, the rest of the population is just regular people, homeowners. They just don't like the idea of Discontent City. But they still had to hide behind the boys in leather. And that means that they have no cojones at all. If you're willing to speak your word, you shouldn't need a bunch of big guys to protect you before you do that. As you can see, I'm walking through the middle of this stuff. I don't see any violence. I just see people pissed off at each other. Whether they're pissed off for a good reason or a bad reason, everybody's, as I say, entitled to their own opinion. You know, on the news today, they said that they're here to pick up syringes and clean up the area. I don't see any of that being done. Nobody's been picking up syringes and nobody's cleaning up the area. An excuse to protest is an excuse to protest. So that's what I see. Just an excuse to protest. Because I hope none of these guys go to my gym. They all look like they're pretty big boys. Well, I guess I'll find out soon enough.
Ho! 10 cities got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! 10 cities got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! 10 cities got to go! They're afraid to show their face. Because they're not law-abiding citizens.
Show your face! What have you heard?
Well, I gotta say, the boys got balls because you're standing up to a group of people that is maybe 3 or 4 times the size of the Soldiers of Oden here. So, and they've got their point. They're saying we're homeowners. We bought our places. We don't want you here. You shoplift. You're in the way. You're not conforming to society. Well, society as compared to what? You know?
Home's not hate! Home's not hate!
Lying fucking Nazis! Lying fucking Nazis!
Mr. Mendels!
Nazis go home! Nazis go home!
The media wants this so that they wants us to fight. Yes, we don't want to fight. See, we can all be friends. Quite simple.
Seems like things are starting to calm down a little bit now. People are sort of moving back to their sides of the street, which is, I guess, a good thing. Took a couple extra RCMP in the middle to I guess, push them back. But I guess it is what it is, eh? I don't think there's going to be any violence here today, which is a good. Okay, I'm behind the lines of the Soldiers of Oden here, and
we're not here to talk about racism. We're here to talk about you people ripping people off, prostitution and drug addicts all in our neighborhood, and we've had enough.
There you go.
We've had enough. We've had enough. We've had enough.
What they're saying is they're tired of the drug addicts, the thieves, the homeless people living in their neighborhood that don't pay taxes, don't take care of anything, and I guess they do have a point to a certain extent, but where are these people going to go? I'm going to walk down here, and then you can just see that there's one side, the other side, and then in the middle there's a police, and that's just the way it is. Safe? I think it's fairly safe here. Welcome to the world of race relationship, homeless relationship, the way the world works, or doesn't work for that fact. You know, it's one of those things that you don't like to see in your neighborhood, but it's here, and it's not going away unless the politicians figure out what to do. And I think it's got a lot to do with the Nanaimo Town Council sticking their heads in the sand and doing nothing about it. And the people get pissed off, as they should, and nothing gets done. It costs taxpayer dollars to have the police out enforce and enforce. You know, this isn't cheap. How do we fix this? Well, we get town council to make rules and regulations that either they deal with it or they move it off, I guess. I'm not sure what the situation would be or the solution is for something like this, but I do know that when it comes to the point of this, it's not good for the homeless people. It's not good for the people that own properties in Nanaimo, the people that shop, or the shops, the people that do business. It's not good for anybody to have something like this in your community. Sort of glad I came down here today because
why don't you try to be homeless?
I'm
I have one. I'm not giving a fuck to anybody else.
Hey, there you go. That's how people actually think.
Who?
I stand right here and say it to my fucking face. Get a job right here. Get a job here. I'm right here. Exactly. Stand across that.
See, people are pissed off on both sides of this dispute. You know, one saying, where else are we going to go? The other saying, get a job. You know, I don't know. But the police are on it, you know. Go figure, eh? I don't understand, but because I'm not in their position, But I am in the possession of a homeowner here in Nanaimo, so you know I can sort of see both sides. But the last thing I would do is protest behind a group called the Soldiers of Oden. I think that's just a racist bullshit move. I think that made more sympathy for the Discontent City. Guarantee it. Gave more support for the Discontent City than if these guys never showed up. Good thing, bad thing? I don't know.
What? You want the fucking year? I got a fucking house. I built my own life. These guys can fucking do it too.
Without those people. Where would you guys be without them here? Where would you be? You'd be at home still, on Facebook, virtue signaling. Where would you be without them? Unify and take it to City Hall. Take it to City Hall. You guys got a problem with City Hall? Take it to City Hall. You got a problem with City Hall? Let's go to City Hall.
You got a problem with Nazis?
I got a problem with commies too, bro. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle.
See you there, buddy. Take care of yourself.
So I guess that's that. The Soldiers of Oden have said their word. They showed up. Not many of them, mind you, but they said their stuff. They showed up, and that's that. The protest is over now. Everything will go back to the way it was yesterday, and I guess that's a good thing. It's going to be all over the news tonight, all over YouTube, Gweilo 60's channel, and it's one of those things that basically a peaceful protest. Everybody's gander was up on both sides. Both of them have a difference of opinion. Each person has a valid opinion, but it can't be both ways, I guess. So one of these groups is going to win out in the long run, and I think that City Council has to step up and deal with it. Well, that's the first time I've burnt a whole battery in one video. That. Which side is empowered the most over this? I think Discontent City is more empowered over this skirmish. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. It's just one of those things. I would say that probably cost a good whack of change for the police to cordon off this part of the city to keep the peace, and I give the police kudos for the way that they sort of held it all together here today. There's one point there where it could have gotten violent, and they stepped up and moved the crowds apart, the different parts of the crowds apart, and probably made it so there wasn't a problem there today. So the RCMP did their job, which is good to see. Keep the people safe, whichever side they're on. And that's another video from Gweilo 60. If you like this video, as always, like, comment, subscribe, push that share button. Thanks for watching. Bye now.